Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Do you love precious metals? If so, make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button because I will give you the newest, latest, freshest, most up-to-date recent information in the world of gold and silver. So with that said, let's jump into this video. Silver is extremely explosive. It's extremely profitable. It's like gold on steroids. It's a more exaggerated, more profitable version of gold. Why is this though? Coming into the world of precious metals, especially nowadays, since gold and silver have gained so much attraction and attention, a lot of times people wonder why silver and not gold. Well, there's many reasons why that we can talk about. The first thing I do want to mention is diversification is key. Diversification is key, not only within the world of silver, but diversifying into gold can definitely benefit your portfolio as well. Gold has a unique advantage that silver doesn't have. You can fit $100,000 of gold in a shoebox. You cannot do that with silver. So if you're a heavy investor, gold may be a more convenient route because trying to store $100,000 of silver is going to take up a lot of space. With gold, you can fit it in literally a shoebox and keep it more discreet. So what happens though? Why is gold the royal metal? Why is gold 72 times more valuable than silver? I mean, it doesn't do anything more special than silver, so why is it so much more expensive? No one really knows that answer, right? The gold to silver ratio used to be 2.5 to 1 back in biblical times, but then things changed in the 30s when FDR, once he got in office, he changed that ratio from 16 to 1 to 75 to 1, literally overnight, devaluing, defacing silver. Now, silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity, so it's basically more useful than gold is. If you want to look at the technicals, in the industrial world, silver is much more needed than its big brother. Gold is used more for coinage, more for jewelries, more for necklaces, stuff like that. Because it's royal. People want gold and they're willing to pay that price. Silver, on the other hand, even though it's much cheaper, 72 times cheaper, it's used in everything. It's used in so many different things, from laptops, cell phones, cameras. There's photovoltaic cells for solar panels with the green energy revolution, used in electric vehicles, used in 5G technology, used in the medical world. There's colloidal silver, silver nanoparticles. So many different things silver can do that gold can't, right? So when I'm looking at this, usually this is what happens. Gold is the mascot. It drives people into the world of precious metals. Then they hear about this cheaper, smarter, more profitable, more affordable investment, which is silver, and then they usually transfer most of their investment into silver, which is even more bullish for silver. See, so many things influence and affect gold and silver's price, but silver has a unique advantage beyond gold. Not only does silver benefit when the economy's in bad shape, silver benefits when the economy's in good shape. So it's literally a win-win metal. See, gold only profits in bad situations with the economy. When there's economic uncertainty, when people don't trust banks, don't trust the government, they invest or transfer their money into gold and silver, right? It's a safe haven metal. It's a safe haven asset. Now, even when the economy is in good shape, silver still benefits. Gold doesn't. People aren't buying gold when the economy is in good shape, but silver still benefits from it. Not from an investor standpoint. They're not really focusing on silver. But since silver is so intertwined with the technological world that we're advancing into, silver still benefits because laptops, cell phones, all this stuff that silver's used in is being transported around the world at higher rates when the economy's in good shape. So silver is a win-win metal. Now, not only not only is silver more beneficial, because like I was saying, you can fit $100,000 of gold in a shoebox. You cannot do that with silver. Silver takes up a lot more space. So you should diversify. Diversification is key. It's like planting your eggs in all your eggs in one basket. If that basket drops, all your eggs are cracked. If you plant a whole bunch of eggs in a whole bunch of different baskets, if one of those baskets drop, it doesn't really matter because you still have eggs in several other baskets. You don't want to put your entire investment into one thing. And you can diversify within the silver world, going different directions and branching out and expanding as well. There's bullion, there's semi-numismatics, there's numismatics, high premium silver, there's poured bars, there's slab coins, there's constitutional silver. There's a lot of ways you can branch out and explore the world of silver without even having to go into gold. Now, I still do recommend you have some gold. My ratio is usually every 100 ounces of silver I'll accumulate 1 ounce of gold. I think that's a good ratio. So the thing with silver is it's affordable, and that's why it's so easily sellable as well. So if you are going to expand into gold, I recommend doing it in a 10th ounce rounds or coins and 4th ounce rounds. If you start buying 1 ounce gold coins or higher, your potential buyer decreases. The amount of people that could buy that coin off you decreases because it's so expensive, especially as the price of gold goes up. Just like why I recommend never buying heavier than 20 ounce bars. That's 20 ounces, kilos, that's pushing the limit, because think about this. If silver does get to $100 one day, which it definitely will, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's definitely going to happen in the next 10, 15 years. When it does hit $100 or even higher, the amount of people that are going to be able to afford a 20 ounce bar is very small. You want your stack to be easily sellable, right? You want your stack to be liquid. So you want to be buying 5 ounce bars, 10 ounce bars, 1 ounce bars, stuff like that. That's still more affordable. See, you want to be thinking about how you're going to sell your stack before you even buy it. When you're looking on AppMex or scrolling around looking at silver, think about, before you even buy that coin, think about how you can sell it. That will save you a lot of times from bad investments. I talked about in a video the other day, like coins that suck, like the colored American Eagles, the 25th anniversary American Eagles, proof American Eagles, really heavy bars, slab coins that aren't really a great grade. Like there's a lot of silver that really doesn't make sense, and you'll catch yourself from doing that if you think about how you're going to be able to sell that. So that's a great tip to use. So silver is explosive for so many reasons. We've talked about the technological era we're advancing in, and since silver is so intertwined with it, as time goes on, we're going to need more and more and more silver. We're going to need more and more and more of it, but there's a diminishing supply. The supply is falling every single day by the hundreds of millions of ounces a year. Silver production is being cut back, and that's because miners aren't profiting from it as much as they do gold. If you're a miner or you work for a company, wouldn't it make sense to dig out the metals that make more money for your company, right? So silver is so relatively cheap compared to gold. They're looking for gold, looking for lead, zinc. They're not looking for silver. Silver is found by accident, basically. It's byproduct. If they find some silver while they're digging up some gold, lead, or zinc, they'll take it, but they're not looking for it. They're looking for the metals that can put some money in their pocket. Which, that's bad news, because think about this. Less silver is being dug up every year, but the demand is increasing. So a shortening, diminishing supply, but a rapidly increasing demand, low supply, high demand, shoots the price up. That's why for the last couple of years, you've been hearing that shortage word come around. U.S. Mint ran out of American Eagles. Royal Canadian Mint shut down for a couple weeks. There's a silver shortage coming, and it's coming faster than ever, and we can't really catch up because we're 7 years in the hole. For the last 7 years we've been getting cut back, so it's going to take at least 7 years to catch back up. And by that time, I tell you, especially with Joe Biden and the green energy revolution, with silver in the solar panels from photovoltaic cells, it's going to cause a massive silver shortage globally. So the producers are going to turn into the consumers are going to turn into the producers, and silver is going to explode. Not only is the 2020 presidential election, the global pandemic, the US-China trade tensions, all of these things, from the dollar declining, from 5G technology, from all that stuff, is going to be heavily affecting silver's price, but simply the supply and demand fundamental is also going to. So silver is a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Literally waiting to explode. And I think we're starting to see the first bits and pieces of that. Yes, not even 10 years ago, silver was $50. In 2011, silver was $50. What was happening back then is the same thing that's happening nowadays, but nowadays it's to a much more serious and extreme degree. Back then, recession/depression. It was 2008 credit crisis, the financial crisis, that 3 years later led to $50 silver. $1 billion stimulus packages were put together back then. $1 trillion stimulus packages are getting put together nowadays. Plus, we have a global pandemic on our hands. So times are much crazier now. And if that situation back in 2008 led to $50 silver, think about how much more it could take silver's price today, since things are so much more extreme. Back then, it was $50. Nowadays, it could be $100. I mean, if you want to talk about crazy silver prices, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're living in a crazy time right now. So the impossible is gonna seem possible. It's definitely plausible. So I really hope I showcased. I hope I captured. I hope I captured how much potential silver really has. There's so many different things, so many different angles you can look at that silver seems bullish. If you would go 5, 10 years in the future from now and look back at today's time, you would see it's blatantly obvious that silver is a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. You would see it's blatantly obvious. So knowing that, if you know that silver is going to appreciate higher, when there is dips, when silver price does, correct, when there's a sell-off, a dip, you shouldn't be panic selling like most people do. You should be buying more silver, because that's an opportunity to lower your dollar per ounce level, lower your dollar per cost, and buy some cheap silver one last time before it rises back up again, right? And I'm curious, though, in the comments, let me know if you are a long-term stacker, a long hauler, or if you're in this just for a couple of years to make a pretty penny and then back out. What's your time frame? That's really important to know, because depending upon your time frame is also going to depend upon the type of silver you invest into, right? And you also got to figure out what type of silver you're going to buy before you pick out where you're going to buy it from. If you're looking for some raw American Eagles, doesn't really the condition doesn't matter, you're going to be going to your local coin shop. That would be your best bet. But if you're looking for some brilliant, uncirculated, pristine coins never touched by human hands, you're going to be going online. If you're looking at coins like pandas, kookaburras, you're going to be looking online. And the same thing goes for when you're selling. If you're going to be selling some smudged up bullion, sell to your local coin shop. You get cash in hand. Usually you can barter some type of a deal, but if you're going to be selling pandas, kookaburras, you're not going to be selling those at your local coin shop. You're going to have to sell on eBay if you want to get the same profits back. So I hope I showcased the potential of silver. Why silver and not gold? Gold has one unique advantage above silver, and that's that you can fit a lot of it in a small area. But besides that, silver beats gold on every other level, right? So I hope that you can now see why we invest in the silver, why my name is Silver Slayer, not Gold Slayer. I hope you can see why the silver community is so large and there's not really a large gold community, because we all know silver's true potential. While most people doubt silver, we see the potential and we are taking advantage of it, and we're going to be the ones profiting from it, right? We're getting in before the curve. Most people are going to be buying silver at $50, $60, $70 because when it does hit that price, everyone's going to be talking about it. You want to get in before the curve. When most people are buying, you should be selling. While most people are selling, you should be buying, right? Most people are going to be buying silver at $50, $60, $70, just like Bitcoin. Most people bought Bitcoin at $18,000, $19,000, $20,000. That's when I was selling it. I was buying it at $1,800 when everyone still thought it was a bad investment, when everyone still thought Bitcoin was a scam. That's when I was buying it. And then a couple months later, when it hit $20,000, that's when everyone started getting on board with it. That's when I was selling it, right? You don't want to be the one doing something, or especially in the investing world, when everyone else is. You got to get in before the curve. That's why precious metals was so important, because while silver was $5, we were buying it. When it was $10, $15, we were buying it. Everyone else was saying silver's down so much. Silver's such a bad investment. Look at the bear market. Yeah, if you knew the bigger picture, you'd be taking advantage of these low prices. It's like going to the store. If you're going to go to the store and buy a pair of shoes, wouldn't you want to buy the shoes when they're on discount? Why does everyone buy the shoes when they're at their most expensive price ever? Wouldn't you want to buy when the shoes are on discount? Logically thinking, for some reason, most people buy high and sell low. They buy it while it's most expensive, then sell it in a panic mode. It's called panic selling, when the price starts to decrease because they think it's going to keep going lower. So they're literally losing money. I hope you guys don't do that. I've made a lot of videos to teach you safety nets to prevent that, right? But I guess the whole point of this video is just sharing the potential behind silver and why it's the perfect investment. It's the safest, smartest investment by far. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning into this video, especially if you stuck around this long in the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you thought it was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. This was Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.